Hello, hi, how are you? I hope that you are well. That actually brings us here to this soup recipe because my littles are not feeling so great today, and I thought soup for lunch, like a homemade, just warm, delicious soup would be the perfect meal for today. And also, it is practically fall, you know, this weather of soup. So I'm going to go ahead and be making vegetable beef soup. This is kind of a combination between, if you've had it, like Campbell's alphabet soup and vegetable beef soup. My mom made it growing up, and so it's kind of like a nostalgic thing that I want to go ahead and create for my kiddos, just using more, I don't know, comfort foods at home, more hearty, better for them as I'm nursing them, you know, back to health. So what you're going to need today is your ground beef. You might actually have grown up calling it hamburger meat, but it's actually ground beef. Funny story, I didn't know that until I got my first like studio place and went shopping and was just like, where's the hamburger meat? It's ground beef. So if you didn't know, now you know. And I have about 2 pounds here. I'm going to break it down, but just so that you guys can see that, you know, everything you're going to need, I just put it here on the plate. And then you're going to need your beef broth. I'm going to use this big guy because I have a large family. But you're going to need, you could use, if you're just going to have like a small batch, just like 2 cans or like half the size of this. This is the family size. And then a can of sweet peas. I didn't have any frozen, so that's what we're using today. Some diced tomatoes, and then like I said, I have my little letters, but you do not need it. You can have it without it. This is just something fun for the kiddos. I have 4 like medium-sized carrots, a yellow onion, a clove of garlic. This is from our farmer's market. I'm excited to use that. And then some potatoes. I have 6 of them. Because like I said, I'm going to make a big batch of it, but you only need 3 or 4, like medium size, and I'm using russet. And then your, you know, salt and pepper, and then I'm also going to be using this Szechuan seasoning, which is, you know, onions, garlic, and I think parsley. Let me just make sure before I say that. Yeah, okay. And I feel like where oftentimes people make the mistake is not seasoning their food, like their soup. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on, I am using my Dutch oven. This is an 8-quart Dutch oven that I have. If you're interested in anything that I'm going to be using in this video, go ahead and check the description down and I'll link it all or something similar. So that way you can also use it if you'd like to. But I'm going to go ahead and turn this on a medium-high heat so that I can brown my ground beef. So that's where we're going to start. Okay, so I have my ground beef in here. I'm going to go ahead and use this little tool. If you don't have one, that's totally okay. You can also just use a regular spatula. If you're interested, like I said, in anything that I'm using, go ahead and check down in the description. I left that in there while I was cutting. The carrots may be a little bit too long, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it down. Actually, just break this up. Okay, now that I kind of have that broken up right now, lay this aside, and I'm going to add my seasonings. Like I said, I'm using the Szechuan seasoning. And it's better safe than sorry to put a little bit while you're figuring out how much to use. I don't really, like you just seen, I don't use a certain amount. So better safe than sorry, add a little bit at a time because you can always add more, you can not take it away. So, and then I'm going to sprinkle some salt over, maybe a little bit more. And like I said, I just kind of do it by feeling, by like what seems good. I do less pepper because my kids aren't big fans, but pepper has a great amount of healing properties. That's why it's in there. Same thing with garlic and onion. So I'm adding it both in seasoning and fresh. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let that cook down, brown up, and then I'm going to go over here and cut up my carrots and potatoes. Okay, so I've cooked this down to where it's all browned, pretty much no pink, and I'm going to go ahead and take that out and set it aside. Okay, I used a slotted spoon, so there's a little bit left over, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and add just a drizzle of some olive oil, and I'm going to cook the onion that I chopped down until it's translucent, which would be probably about 3 to 5 minutes on the same temperature that I was cooking the ground beef. Okay, now that those are cooked down to the translucent state I want them in, I'm going to go ahead and add in the beef back in. The cut up cubes of potatoes, carrot, a little red green. I just need to get this all together so it can start cooking. I can't believe I have to go. Oh my gosh, I'm going to add in the garlic. This might not actually. No, I got to put it down. Okay, I had to cut that garlic down because it was quite a large piece of garlic. Clove, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Garlic. The rest of it. For quite a large piece. You could just use 2 pieces, but it's the last clove I had. For a good reason, I'm sure. But like I had mentioned earlier, with the black pepper, garlic is also got a lot of healing properties in it. It's really good for when you're sick with like a cold and stuff. So yeah, that's why I'm adding the fresh. It gives it really good flavor, but it also will help you get better faster. Okay, let's mix all that up. And then I'm going to add in our beef broth. I want mine to be pretty soupy, so that's why I'm adding like a large amount of beef broth. Okay, now that that's all in there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave this to cook on a medium-low heat, covered, until it's soft. The reason why I am leaving just the other ingredients and I'm not adding in the peas, diced tomatoes, and pasta yet is because that's got to cook down. That is like the harder stuff, so it needs a little more time to cook. If I put these things in here now, it'll be mushy, and nobody wants a mushy soup. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that sit probably on like a low heat, like simmer. So like small bubbles, not like boiling bubbles, for like 45 minutes to an hour. I'll come in here and I'll test it with like a fork to see if it's tender-ish, and then I'll add in these other things for the last 5 to 10 minutes. So I will see you guys back when that is gonna happen. Okay, it has been 45 minutes. So let's go ahead and check on it. Okay, I did add a little bit more water because once I add in the pasta, it will absorb some of this. And like I said, I do want it to be soupy. So let's see, it's looking good, but let me see if it's That's not a very thick potato. Here we go. Yeah, okay. So they're nice and they're tender enough to like put a fork in. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add these green peas. I don't need to specify green, but peas. I'm adding the peas, drained. And then the diced tomatoes, I did not drain. I want some of that juice in there. Go ahead and stir this on up. It's like a nice, thick, hearty, delicious. This is, oh, it's a core. That was the core. It is not the best. Sorry, hold on. This has never happened before with those tomatoes. Huh. Okay, I think we got them all. This is a nice, thick, hearty, delicious, dense soup. Looking good. That's gonna go ahead and. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and add the pasta. I think I'll add the whole thing, but might not. I want it to be more veggies and stuff than I do pasta, but let's see. Yeah, you can't really see the veggies. This was only 55 cents too, so I don't mind using the whole pouch. And I'll thicken it up a little bit. It'll make it fun. I feel like the kids will like it a lot with those letters. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and let this simmer for another 5 or so, maybe 10 minutes. We'll check back in on it. Okay, I have my hot pad here. I'm gonna go ahead and bring over the soup. I like putting these on. Let's go ahead and get this in the bowls to pull down for them. You know what I would have gone perfect with this is if I had some homemade fresh bread to go with it. Definitely the next soup I make is gonna have some fresh bread. Okay, you guys, there you have it, my homemade vegetable beef soup with a little spin on it. I hope that you guys also enjoy this soup as much as we will. If you like this recipe, please hit the like button so that other people can see it, because YouTube likes what you like. And if you have not subscribed, then go ahead and do so, and make sure that you hit the bell so that you're notified anytime I release any new videos, especially if it's soup season. You know I'm going to have a lot of soups here. So I will see you guys in the next one, and as always, happy homemaking. Bye!